Hey, Vinyl community. Today I'm going to be jumping on a contest for low noise Jason Skilz. You know him as the DJ of the VC. He has such an eclectic range of music, from electronica to punk to metal to jazz. I mean, you name it, he spins it. He's long been a friend to this channel. Jason is one of the nicest, coolest guys in the vinyl community. He has jumped in on my contests in the past, so I want to reciprocate. If you have not yet jumped into Jason's contest, you're an asshole. Really, what is the matter with you? Get on it already. If you've got a YouTube channel and you have not joined in on this contest, shame on you. Shame on you. So anyway, I took my time on this contest because I didn't want to just throw something together. But I hope that if you have not yet subbed to Jason's channel, you drop whatever you're doing and you get over there and you check his content out, because it's fantastic. I love when he does his live DJ shows and he spins some records. He did a room tour. Amazing. I had no idea. He's got cassettes, he's got CDs, he's got vinyl. Way cooler collection than I have by far. So definitely check out Jason's channel. But for Jason's contest, he wants us to show 5 different genres of music, and I am very happy to oblige. I'm going to start out with jazz and show a Miles Davis record that probably I don't spin enough, but I do love Miles's collaborations with Gil Evans. This is Sketches of Spain. And if you don't know, Gil Evans conducted the orchestral arrangement behind Miles Davis. And this is a very sublime kind of record. It's a great one to kind of fall asleep to, or just when you're in the mood to kind of chill out and just kind of relax. This is a great album to put on. It's a lot different if the only Miles Davis that you're really familiar with is Kind of Blue. This is definitely kind of in a different direction, but it's still part of Miles's classic period. But definitely check this one out if you like jazz. Second genre I'm going to show is, I don't know if we call this electronica or synth pop, but going to show a band that I don't think I've ever shown before. This is Kraftwerk. I figured Jason might dig a little synth pop or electronic music, so I'm throwing Kraftwerk in here. This is a reissue of, I think it's their 4th album, Autobahn. This is a special colored vinyl edition. All the titles are in German there, so I have no idea what any of it means, but you may have heard the track Autobahn. It's probably, if anybody had heard anything off this album, it would be that one. But it's really, I mean, considering this was released, I think in like 1975, I mean, holy crap, this was light years ahead of anything that was coming out. You listen to this and you had no idea when it came out. You would swear it was like early 80s probably. But Kraftwerk were so ahead of their time. They were at the forefront. So many bands, I'm talking Depeche Mode, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Yaz, any early synth pop band took their influence from Kraftwerk, and Kraftwerk was kind of leaving everybody else in their dust. This is really, I think, kind of where they crystallized their sound, their classic sound, with keyboards and drum machines. But it's just kind of very, I don't want to say cold and sterile, because that makes it seem like it's inaccessible, but it's very much enjoyable music. And they craft it in such a way, I mean, there are some vocals, there's some lyrics, but it's nothing like profound or substantial, but just very enjoyable. If you like early synth pop or electronic music, check out some Kraftwerk. You could do a lot worse. All right, shifting gears, we're going to go in a completely different direction now. I want to show a little progressive rock. Not showing Yes, I'm not showing Genesis, I'm not showing Emerson, Lake and Palmer, I'm not showing King Crimson. I'm going to show a band that some people don't necessarily associate with progressive rock, and that is Kansas. This is their 2nd album, Song for America. And before I discovered Kansas's catalog beyond Point of No Return, or Left Overture. I really thought, well, they're like classic rock, southern rock, a little bit of hard rock, but I had no idea they were progressive. And if you don't believe me, check out the title song on here. I swear to God, you put it on, you think you're listening to Genesis, like Foxtrot or Nursery Crime era Genesis. Kansas really was at the forefront of the U.S. progressive rock movement. And yeah, they did have some fiddle and stuff like that on here, but check out that guy's afro. Oh my God. But anyway, definitely worth checking out if you like both hard rock and if you like progressive rock. Excellent, excellent album. Speaking of classic rock, and I don't know if I'd consider this maybe like classic rock, singer-songwriter or whatever, but I was listening to this album the other day because Chris Prophy actually picked it up over the weekend, and I was like, oh, I haven't spun this album in a while. I'm going to throw it on the turntable, and I forgot how much I love Billy Joel, and in particular this album. This has probably got the most singles or, you know, most well-known tracks in his catalog on here. I mean, from start to finish, Moving Out, Anthony's Song, The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Only the Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman. No, I'm not reading from his greatest hits. I'm reading from this fantastic album. Billy Joel was such, I mean, people think of Elton John as a great songwriter from the 70s, but not many people, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. I mean, Billy Joel, people know who Billy Joel is, but I just think over time, me at least, I've kind of forgotten about how great a songwriter Billy Joel was. And this album is just, it's flawless from start to finish, as are most of his 70s albums. But this one, I really enjoyed listening to yesterday. And I'm like, why don't I play more Billy Joel? I don't know. I've got no excuses, but you guys already know Billy Joel rules. All right, and going back in a completely opposite direction, want to show a little bit of metal. Now, you know, I'm a huge Iron Maiden guy, and I could, you know, pick any of Iron Maiden's, either the Bruce Dickinson, who's the guy, the Paul Di'Anno albums, some of his stuff with, wait a minute, I'll think of it. God, I can't think of it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm a Bruce Dickinson guy, so you know I'm full of shit. I only have one Iron Maiden album. This is the only one I've ever heard. I might have heard some other Iron Maiden stuff anyway, but I'm going to show the one Iron Maiden album that I have. This is Peace of Mind. And yeah, I dig it. I wasn't sure I would. When I first listened to it, I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good. Dare I say, progressive in a little, in spots. Where Eagles Dare, anybody? Great song. Flight of Icarus, I had heard before. Great track. I mean, The Trooper, anybody? Yeah, so solid Iron Maiden album. And all you metalheads are like, whatever. Yeah, I know. We know. Tell us something we don't know. Why don't you? But anyway, I am very happy to jump on Jason's contest. Sorry it took so long. If you haven't, please do. I think you've got until the end of the month. So you do have some time, but don't procrastinate like I did. Please get on there. Support Jason and his channel. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. Anyway, hope you're doing great. Take care. And rock on!